Good morning and welcome. Today's market analysis, I'm going to start a little bit differently. I'm going to talk a little bit about market manipulation and how important it is that you have your trade plan in place. You never want to be caught without being able to cash out. A lot of times people, when they're getting into trading, they get all excited. They don't get all their ducks in a row for their exit strategy. And then what ends up happening is they make tons of money and then they don't have the ability to take it out, or they don't have the ability to move it laterally wherever they need to move it. And before we get into the charts, I just want to make sure that everybody is positioned to properly exit this bubble before it pops. See, the market manipulation that is occurring right now is with the expressed intent to take as much money from people as possible. You see, AI is actually already a failed project. People think that it's quite capable, that it's, able to take care of a lot of labor for us, which it is. It is. But it's not nearly as developed as it's been sold to be. And in fact, a lot of the computing that's required for AI to work simply doesn't exist yet for it to work cheaply. See, what's happening right now is that their AI is actually getting diminishing returns. I've been OpenAI, of Microsoft. They reported a $4.4 billion loss in Q3 of this year. The reason why is because they simply are not getting the results that they promised. So this is a failed project. AI is failed. Now, there are lots of things I use AI for. I use it for definitely for minimizing a lot of the labor of writing. Also, research is very, 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 very good for research. In certain contexts, obviously. As I'm getting to learn how to use it, I'm realizing all the time just how limiting it actually is. You have to know exactly what you're doing to use AI properly, and even then with limited function, with limited capabilities. And the amount of money that has been poured into the development of AI is astronomical. As a result, they want their money back. And whenever they fail at making a profitable business model, they always do their best to recoup their costs. Now, how are they going to do that? Well, the mainstream media is going to be ramping up the narrative about how awesome AI is. And in order to get people to submit their money, whatever money they have left over from the disaster known as COVID, whatever money they have left over, they want that money in their pockets. So what they're going to do is they're going to focus on creating propaganda that sells AI. Now, AI is a dead project. It's not going to survive because it's simply the diminishing returns are so great. We have to wait for whole new computing technology for us to really progress with AI. And this is being done. This is being done. It's just that the timing of AI is off. It came so soon, and we didn't have the computing technology to grow this technology like we've been able to grow other technologies. Like, you take a look at the computing world. Really, with the binary computing world is very is predictably accelerating in function, in capacity, so on and so forth. Throughout history, it's always been that way. But this time it's different. This time it's different. And computer chips are actually having to be built, specifically designed to be able to process the amount of data that's required for people to have a functional AI that actually does reduce their labor. As a result, those who have made the investment up to this point are not satisfied with their returns, and they are going to be utilizing the mainstream media to convince people that AI is awesome and that everybody should get in on it. And what's going to help them a lot is a bullish crypto market. So, as this bubble expands and the veritable fortunes are realized by people, it is very important that you have your exit strategy. Because when the rug is pulled, when the money has been made, when the market has surrendered its capital to this fake god of AI, when that rug gets pulled, it's going to leave a lot of people destitute. In fact, many people are going to be committing suicide over this one. And it's because this bubble in particular, people are going to be mortgaging their homes. They're going to be maxing out lines of credit. They're going to do everything they possibly can to be a part of this bubble. But of course, if you're doing that, it's because you're too late. But they don't know that. They just want to get in on this amazing technology. So in behind the scenes, as I watch what unfolds with AI, I'm very much aware of the fact that all of the value that we're seeing go up right now in AI, and in crypto in general, is misrepresentative of the prospects that AI can grant us in the future. So I'm looking at this from a very different perspective from everyone else. Everyone else is just really excited about making all kinds of money. I'm excited about making money too. There's no question. But I'm actually more excited about this new computing technology that is required for AI to actually advance and be the help that it's being sold as. See, when people realize that this isn't going to work out and that bubble pops, the prices are going to come back to probably 95% down from where they peak. When you lose 95% of your value of your wealth, and it will happen in a very short period of time, probably within 1 week, not from today, but from the time that the bubble pops to the time that people lose their value, it'll probably be less than a week. I just want everyone to be ready for this, so that they are able to get their money out. You want to make sure that you have the channels properly in place to go from the exchanges into your bank accounts. Now, I'm going to be doing a couple different things. I'm actually looking at international bank accounts. You see, Canada is corrupt. Canada is bankrupt, and it is being led by psychopaths that have expressly given the intent to rob, pillage, and even destroy human life. And so I have no interest whatsoever in having my winnings be a part of Canada. They don't get anything to do with me. And so I'm looking at banks outside of Canada so that when it's time, I know that the fiat currency that I'm going to need to use to interact with other people, I just want to make sure that that fiat currency doesn't have anything to do with Canada. Because you think the AI bubble popping is going to create problems. No, that's nothing compared to what Canada has started and what the people are continuing to allow. So You may, I'm not saying you need to, this is not financial advice. Again, I've said this from the beginning when I started these market analysis. I'm just sharing with you what it is that I'm doing. And I'm giving you all the reasons why I'm doing it, the way that I'm doing it. On the other side of that bubble, I'm going to be long gone. I'm probably not even going to have a single crypto holding during that time. I'm going to be taking all of my money as we reach the pinnacle of this bubble. I'm going to be taking all of my money and exchanging it for foreign currencies that are not backed or run or have central banks that are run by psychopathic murderers. And the other place I'm going to be taking it is directly from crypto into precious metals. And that's my exit strategy, because I have no interest in working as hard as I do to lose it all. And Canada is a lost cause. There's no saving it. There's no fixing it. There's no propping it up. The only thing that it deserves right now is its dissolution. And I'll talk about that, as the weeks go on here. I'm actually preparing a very a significant presentation to support my argument that none of our wealth should be in Canada. Zero. Absolutely none of it. And how to structure your assets so that your wealth isn't exposed to the risk of being taken by Canada. In the same way that you prepare your affairs to not lose all kinds of money in a bubble. You also want to make sure that you do not place your money someplace where the expressed intent of the parliamentarians within that jurisdiction, the expressed intent is to take everything from you. I mean, people say, oh, no, they're not going to do that. Well, no, except they are. They are doing it. It's not that they're going to do it. It's that they're doing it. And we've been observing it progressively get worse over the past few decades. And we are excited, actually, overall, very, very excited about this happening. I can remember when Trudeau was elected, I got super excited because it's like, oh, finally, now we can finally throw this country into the dumpster in which it belongs and burn it. And Trudeau is just making that happen faster. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I know that it sounds like a negative thing or even harsh, but well, just go do some research into what is in those experimental bioweapons of mass destruction that got injected into people's arms, and you might realize I'm actually not that harsh at all. I'm actually quite calm about the whole thing. All right. Let's go for the charts. Yeah, if you need help with getting out of this situation, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you privatize your business and your wealth so that you can keep it, you don't lose it to globalists. And then progressively start working with your community, because your community localism trumps globalism. And the more that we can come together as entrepreneurs and merchants within a community of entrepreneurs and merchants, the faster we can take back our economy, self-govern it, and become a sovereign nation. And all of those steps are laid before us. So let me know if you need help. Today, we're going to be going through the charts as usual. Thank you so much for your... Oh, and there's people coming and joining. Let's go ahead and say hi. How's it going?
Good. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So on that note of what you're talking about with, all I'm going to say is you have to come and watch Paul, because I have a little story about investing. So I've invested in other companies. I'm going to name them here. It was called Trojan and it was called RNG. And so this morning, Paul, I just got a phone call. I just got a phone call from the fraud department, the international fraud department. I've actually been getting this phone call constantly for the last couple of months. And I never answered it because I thought it was them.
Yeah.
So I actually lost around $10,000
Oh,
through these two companies.
yep.
And yeah, so the guy phones and he's like, I'm from the fraud department. I have about $10,000 on your account
Yep.
through cryptos. So if you are trying to invest, don't do it for another company. Come and watch it here. Like, I mean, oh my gosh, Paul doesn't have anything to do with your money. He doesn't touch it. He just helps where you put it. So I'm just going to say, come here, invest your money here. I've been making money here. There, I lost it all. And a fraud department called me this morning.
Yeah.
I may get my money back.
Right. It's
going to now take me time to show them all the transactions and all the emails and all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little plug for Paul.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And yes,
don't invest anywhere else.
If anybody tells you to put your money somewhere,
the
first question you should be asking is, do I have the keys to that wallet? This is a crypto I'm talking about. If you don't have the keys to the wallet that you're depositing, the money's not yours after that. As long as you have the keys, it's yours. If you don't have the keys, it belongs to someone else. Now, they can deceive you, and definitely I've known of many people.
This was before Paul.
Yeah.
This was before I knew Paul.
There was a gentleman that I know who contacted me in the summertime, and he had also gone out on his own. And he spent and lost north of $40,000 in the same fashion. Different company, same fashion.
Yeah, so he's thinking that those two companies are of the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually quite fascinating.
They got over 100 million. These people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, likely just within that little subsidiary. See, well, Corey's met Jay, and Jay is in Mexico. He used to live in the States. He moved to Mexico, but he's definitely an agent, an asset. He can get the phone number for anybody. Mm-hmm. Now, he couldn't find my phone number, but that's because I'm really good. But he can literally find anybody, and he actually found one of the banks in China that was harboring these criminals. Yeah. And now that investigation is turning into quite possibly him getting his dad's money back, because his dad lost $3 million.
Oh, geez.
Into one of these scams.
They're really smooth talkers, I must say.
They know how to do it. They're artists. They're artists. That's what they are. Artists.
So this is just come here, listen, learn, get your wallets, get your securities, and do it through this way. Don't let a broker
make you broke.
Do it. Make you broke. So, yeah. Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate Paul being here.
Thank you very much. My intent is to help people have more self-governance over their individual economics. That's my mission. If you can have more self-governance over your economics, you will be completely sheltered and even quite removed from the economic catastrophes that are coming forward. So, yeah, just do it yourself. Ask questions. We're here to help, but make sure that you're in charge of your money all the time. All right. And yes, steamroll. Let's go. Silver. Oh, let me share my screen. Is this working? Yep, there we go. I got my automatic shifter. All right. Open this up a little bit more. Okay, and then I just move over and I can see my green screen is causing some problem. There we go. Alrighty then. Silver. We were talking about it yesterday, how it would be nice if it came back down and hit this little pivot point. Well, look at that. It did that this morning. And it's already come back up, starting to bounce off of this. Now, I would suspect because of this bubble and because of the renewed hope that people have within the American economy, I do suspect that there will be a retracement. It will probably come back up. Probably, I'm going to say into this area here, 31.9 or so, and then drop again. And it will likely come down to the next level of support, which is around 27.7. And possibly even lower. So if you're looking for a sale, I believe that silver will go on sale here soon as a result of the continued manipulation of the markets and, of course, the renewed hope in the US dollar. Same thing with gold. In fact, gold is actually showing a lot more strength within the bear community. In fact, with silver, this low hasn't gone lower than this low. So this is still higher than that. So we don't have a confirmed reversal yet. Whereas with gold, this low is now lower than that low. So this is why I have the suspicion that silver will drop. It's because we formed a new low in gold. And so the bears are currently winning. If we have a retracement on gold, it may come up as high as this support that we had in the, or sorry, this resistance that we had in the past. Might come back up to this level. But I suspect that we'll see it drop down even, I was looking at some models. If we zoom out, you know, if we take a look, this shelf right here, this support might become what our support needs to be before the bubble turns around and we come back to gold again. It's going to be a busy year, folks. Economically, this is going to be a very busy year. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking has happened with gold. I do a little bit more technical analysis sometimes, but I'm just going to go through things a little bit more quickly here because I would rather have more of our time spent on other assets, things that you're bringing forward, maybe from the stock market, maybe some indices that you like, or other financial instruments you'd like me to analyze, especially going into this period of time. So I want to, I want to keep things moving quickly. This is the Toronto Stock Exchange, formed that high there on Monday the 21st. Hasn't quite beat that yet, but I suspect that we'll likely form a new high here in the next couple of days. US 30 formed a brand new high again yesterday, of course. And now at, that peak was 44,494.6. And so now we've got that as a whole new high. I think that we'll likely see a retracement here soon, simply because whenever we see large impulses like this, like we've seen in the past, whenever there's a large impulse that's unchallenged, it usually does get a retracement. For this particular asset, I'm going to plot this top end of this trend line out a little bit further because I believe that this would become the support, which may coincide with the top side of this pivot zone. This is that long purple rectangle is my pivot zone there. So this level may be where it retraces. We'll see what happens. Not too concerned about it. I'm not putting money into this thing anyways. But if you wanted to short it, I would actually wait at this point. I was anticipating a crash earlier. In fact, I kind of figured it was going to happen in October, but nope, we've got other things on the go, and it makes sense. Things like Bitcoin. Oh, look at that. Bitcoin sliced through the $80,000 range like butter over the last few days. Think about it. It was here. Let's go to the 15-minute chart so we can see how this played out. Look at this. Here is where it was 74 shortly after the election. Everybody's excited and stuff, but there was still a lot of resistance. It hadn't even formed a new high at this point yet. Oh yeah, there I am. Hadn't even formed a new high yet at this point. Here's where it started to form a new high. And I did it a little bit more, and we got all excited and we're like, yeah, here we go. And then we still weren't into 80,000 yet. This is still 76,000. And it wasn't until here, this little spurt on November 9th, this was a Saturday, we got that little spurt and we hit, it was later on the Sunday. On the Sunday, we came into the $80,000 range. And then since that time, a little bit of whiplash here, came back down and then to 78. And when it went into 80 again, it flew through that in a matter of 2 days and already formed a new high at $90,030.47. A little bit of a retracement coming back. So far, it's hard to say whether or not it will go into a deeper retracement. The fact that it went so fast through that 80,000 tells me that there should be a little bit of a retracement. However, it is important to realize that this is the impulse right here. That's the impulse. And that retracement has already gone past the 50%. So the impulse has we've had a retracement come back more than 50% of the impulse. So it could very well be done and ready to continue on. And if it does, 100,000 by the end of the year is very, very likely, considering how quick it went through that 80,000. The 80,000s were nothing. It's just like butter sliced through that. There was one, like the day that candle that it actually hit that high right here, that candle took the price up $8,300 one day. This kind of volatility doesn't happen very often. But there you have it, $8,000 in one day. More of this to come. Ethereum also screaming past the $3,000 mark without a retracement. Looks like we are a little bit of a retracement right now, but I think we're going to find support at this level here and bounce off of this 3160 rather, and then head up to challenge this long-term trend line that's been here since March. Once we get past that one, then we're going to start seeing this take off like Bitcoin did here this week. I mean, this did technically take off as well. I mean, look at this. This is a 28% jump. 28% jump here in the last week. That's significant. See more of that. I think that if it does retrace, we'll likely see it come back and re-challenge either this trend line here or this support at 27.9, 2800. It really depends on, depends on how fast people get on board here over the next few weeks. Who knows? We're headed into high volatility time where it kind of throws the technical analysis out the window, which is actually a good thing. We shouldn't be too attached to technical analysis anyways. ADA also experiencing massive growth. In fact, since last Wednesday, it is gone up 85%, retraced a little bit now. It's up 62% from last week. Doing very well, hanging out at about $57 US rather. Looking forward to beating this 2024 high, this 2024 high at the 81 cent level. We'll likely, once we get past that, then it'll be a lot more a lot more volatility taking us up to that $3 mark of the past. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful chart coming together. You can see where there has been some resistance in the past at this price level here. So this level is likely going to provide some resistance here for a little bit. We may see a retracement coming back down into this area here where there was this consolidation zone. So may come back, find support off of this level here around 45 cents or so, 45 cents US before we take off. Doesn't really matter. Even if you get some now, you're still going to get 36, 30, 40% going to the all-time high. And then, of course, you know, taking that up to the all-time high is a 434% increase. You know, there's not a bank account in the world that's gonna do that for you. And right now, the bubble is definitely creating that kind of potential. XRP, this one completed our little projection quite well. Audrey last week actually made a purchase of XRP just through Endax through her broker, and I was
Will
like,
I be selling that?
Yeah, I would be selling that right now.
Okay, after this.
How come the alert didn't go off?
I don't know.
Well, anyways, I would definitely sell right now and wait until the price comes back down toward the bottom of this channel. At the same time, you might not do it to the whole amount. You might only take out half and have it there ready in case there is a retracement, and have the other half there because we just might be breaking out of this, especially as Bitcoin and Ethereum start to show their strength. They seem to be that standard, and then all the other coins kind of follow suit. And so this movement that you got was likely to occur because it was at the bottom of the channel. But it may not be likely for it to retrace back down to this level if this is in fact going to go parabolic like the other coins are definitely slated to. So
that's okay. I made some money, so I'm going for it.
You definitely did well. I mean, you know, even if I think, yeah, right here is where this is the level of the purchase that you made. Right now, you're up 29.8%. So that's good. And you did that across what, 4 days? Five? No, you did it last Monday, I think. So 7 days. Amazing. Modic also taking advantage of this new environment, made a big significant growth. In fact, this was a 35% growth over the last week. Now above my entry point that I came in on October 8th. So
I got that one too.
Yep. Polygon. And you got that last Monday as well, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so you're doing way better than I am.
Might be doing that again too, getting rid of that for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're up right today. You're up like 30% on that one. It definitely bounced off of that resistance though, didn't it? Resistance came back down. Looks like it might be re-challenging this level here as support that it was in the past. We'll see what happens in the coming days, but this one here is definitely poised and ready to go and challenge the next levels. My target on this one is the all-time high. So if we go back, my all-time high is way over here, $2.92. So that is a 684% growth from the position that I took. The position that people were taking last week on Monday, which, by the way, if you're not taking positions yet, that's okay. You might want to become more comfortable with, how to do it. But if you were amongst those who grabbed it on Monday, that all-time high could be giving you 865%. So way better than me. You could make way more money than me doing this. Solana. Tempting. You can see now it's above this old resistance. That resistance was providing some restriction for the bulls for quite some time. But now the bulls have beat that price and are definitely looking to challenge that all-time high. This is another one of those assets that some people think that is going to overtake Ethereum. And Ethereum is supposed to be $5,000 because that's its all-time high. Just shy of $5,000. It's supposed to become $5,000 at the end of this cycle. This is a super cycle, by the way. And Solana at $212 is supposed to surpass that. So again, I don't know. To me, it's a little bit high-end speculation, but it's not wrong to have that level of speculation, that optimism. The potential is there. There's no question the potential is there. Doge taking things into its own hands over the last little while. Folks, this one here doubled this last week. So if we take a look at Monday last week, here's where that was, 15.7 cents. Today at 38 cents, we are up 141%. So anybody that tuned in and took advantage of that opportunity, you're welcome. I got more where that came from. I got lots more. That's great. And in fact, I don't think it's, where is its all-time high? There it is right there. So its all-time high is 73 cents. So I'm just going to mark that so that we have it there as a benchmark. So if you're wanting to wait, I would definitely wait to here at the very least, and then look for a retracement after that point. When you're in a market like this, it's not good to buy while it's going up. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now. You'll do better if you buy while it's going down. Okay, it's just the way dollar cost averaging works. You will profit way more if you buy while the price is going down. Last Monday, you can see here, last Monday, the price was down from what it was the week before. And so that was a good buy, right? If you buy while the price is going up, let's say you bought here, you wouldn't have made as much, right? Because now between this point here and this point is 112%. But by being patient and waiting until the price is going down, it went down, it reached this little low here on the Sunday, and then the next day we had a bullish candle. That was the time, very good time to buy, because you're coming close to the end of that retracement. So now is a good time to buy, and instead of getting only 104%, now you're getting 140%. So
now would be a time to
buying.
sell then. Now would be a time to sell.
You would definitely do well in selling. However, I think that if you wait, if you're patient, you will easily come back all the way to that all-time high with the same money. This is not, like, you might have a retracement, and you may want to take advantage and scalp that retracement. Scalping just means you're taking as much as you can in a short period of time as possible. So you may, but I'm going to suggest, and this is my strategy, I'm not going to be looking for so many of these retracements. There's going to be a big retracement later on, probably January. There will be a little bit of a retracement. I'll probably do some trading in that time, where I'll offload some of my wins and then wait until that retracement comes back for me to reinvest and then take the bubble the rest of the way up. There will be a period of time like that. Right now, these movements are too unpredictable. So I wouldn't be selling anything right now. What I would be doing is looking at, okay, well, we just came off of this point here. This provided some resistance and it's coming down. If it comes down any further, start buying, because you'll want to add to your position for when you do sell it at that all-time high up here. So that's what I would do. That's my strategy. That's what I'm doing. I'm not, it's really difficult. You have to sit in front of the computer for 3-4 hours a day to really catch these movements quick enough. Because in order to catch that, you can't see that happening on a day chart. Each of these bars represents 1 day of price action. So it's very difficult to look at this when you're just focusing in on the daily chart, because that's all I really look at, because I'm looking at this over a longer period of time than, say, trying to make money tomorrow. Now, if you want to make money tomorrow, you are going to need to sit here for hours a day looking at the 15-minute chart and making your trades based off of that. If you have that kind of time, I applaud you. For myself, I like the less stress of just looking at the day charts and getting those longer movements over longer periods of time. Yes, there will be a lull as we climb this bubble, and it's during that lull that I'll be more aggressively trading. So Doge, off to a great start. I think it will actually do very well simply because of how much attention it's getting because of Elon Musk. Now, the second round. Because the first time, all Elon had to do was do a tweet that he was buying it. And of course, when he tweeted, he had already bought it. So that when he tweeted and everybody came on board saying that Doge was the best thing ever, he could make tons of money. He did that already. Doing it again, but more subtly, because it's, the Department of Government Efficiency, which looks like Trump's going to hire him to take care of that department. So Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, right after Trump gets elected, put your money where the money is going. Yeah, that's the trick, folks. Put your money where the money's going. I watched these things occur and unfold over years. That's why I knew that today was coming, because I found out about the digital ID and the global currency reset and all that stuff back down in 2008, 2009. And I've been studying it ever since. And so that's why I know where the money is going. That's why I place my money where it's going, not where things are today. That's the worst thing you could do with your money. TRX broke out of that channel very nicely over the last 24 hours. It may provide this line here, that line may provide the support it needs to continue up. So we might see a retracement there. That's good old Tron. I don't think I have anything, maybe a few pennies here or there in Tron. Most of what I've done actually went into the next layer of altcoins beyond Tron. So this one here, I just love it, just for how consistent it is. And isn't it interesting? We were talking yesterday about how this channel, the price action really pressed beyond the confines of the channel here and here. It didn't do it beforehand, but here and there, that really got pressured. And I was like, this could result in a breakout. And sure enough, it's broken out, no question. Injective token, a little bit of a retracement today, down 9%, but since last week, here's Monday the 4th, Injective token is now up 46%. And that's a considerable amount. I know we talk about 700, 800% here and there and everywhere, but for the Injective token, because of its market cap and because of how much it is being adopted by several chains in the attempt of making our interactions online, our monetary interactions online, more seamless, more interoperable between chains, this asset here is going to move a little bit slower than some of the other ones. But a 46% rise on this coin within the last week is indicative of how much strength this potentially has for going up beyond. We have an all-time high here of $52, 53 basically. Well, that once that gets beaten out, I don't think it'll take long for it to go up to 100, 150, and then 200 by the end of this cycle. Again, this particular coin is being used within a basket of currencies that are working to make sure that these smart contracts are no longer chain specific, that we can settle these things between us without having to try to figure out what kind of coin we need to send to the other direction. That interoperability is what's allowing for the level of self-governance that we can have over our wealth to be even deeper and even more supported through international law and trade. It's powerful. It's so powerful. It's just too bad that people are still very much caught up in the old mentality of how monetary systems work in the approach to this new one, this new realm of possibility. And I look forward to seeing the evolution unfold. Next, 3 Protocol, great project that's focusing on helping people get access to Visa without having to submit your ID. Now, for some reason, they don't allow people in Canada to use this, but that's fine. We can still buy the coins. And so it's done very well here over the last week. Had some whiplash there from the beginning to towards the end of last week, but then it made its moves here over the last 3-4 days in particular. Coming into this pivot point here, we can see it now starting to pull back and find some support in this pivot zone here. So maybe finding support off of this level, which is around 9 cents, and will likely want to make its next move to challenge this high up here at 21 cents. So from 9 cents to 21 cents, you're already doubling your money. And that's just the first little spurt. Oh, I got some sunlight coming in. That's just the first little spurt. We got a long ways to go even to get up to where it's supposed to be. Well, I say it's supposed to be. This all-time high, 46 cents, is great. That's going to be another 4x for you. But then beyond that, this is supposed to be $1 by the end of this cycle. So right now, if you were to buy at 10 cents, $1 would give you a 10x. I honestly think some people are going to be watching this, and by not taking action, they're going to be traumatized later on how much money they didn't make. So if you need some help, let me know. And you can do that. Private message me, leave a comment. I can get a hold of you as well, and we can set up an appointment where we get that all sorted out. And it's free. Like I'm not going to charge you for that. So next, this is Woo. Great social trading platform. It's experienced some great growth over the last little while. In fact, since last week. Let's go to Monday. Monday, closing at 15 cents. Now up to 23 cents is a 53% growth. That's doing very well. I'm glad that I've got a couple positions in this one. I did kind of mess up on my timing. I got a little bit anxious. I bought here, this was September 24th. And I got super excited when I saw it jump up in here. And so I bought at a higher price and then it dropped down. So, it wasn't the best executed trade ever, but I'm not disappointed because again, this will probably be $1 by the end of the cycle and or higher because the all-time high is already at 88 cents. So I'm not too concerned. My average purchase price is probably going to be around 20 cents or so. So going up to $1, yeah, I could do that. That'd be all right, eh? 450, 500%. Yeah, and that's what I'm excited about. BitTensor. I don't have money in this one right now. I keep saying that, and it's just because I'm quite leveraged on a lot of the altcoins. This is an altcoin as well, but it's a higher priced altcoin because this project here is for creating this ecosystem is about creating infrastructure for big data. So Google, Meta, big huge data companies, they're wanting to make sure that they have the infrastructure necessary to provide these wonderful AIs to their subscriber base. And so this one here is going to do very well in this cycle, and in fact will likely be one of the leaders in development over this next little while. But of course, as I was saying before, AI already has diminishing returns. And the people who are running these assets, who are directing these companies, they know that this is going to be a bubble. And they are just doing everything they possibly can to get the liquidity out of the retail markets so that they can recoup all these losses that they've had over the last couple of years in this bubble. So that's what we're doing. We're following the smart money and just making money as we go. Desync, also great breakout out of that long-term pennant pattern that we've been seeing. Look at how it just whiplashed all over the place from line to line to line to line. And now finally breaking out here in the last few days. Encouraging to see that it found some good support here off of the 19-cent level. That's the great support that it found to launch up and start challenging these other pivot points as we head up to that all-time high. So Destra Network, great guy, good job, guys. This is, you know, I like to use this analogy. McDonald's doesn't make a whole lot of money off of the burgers. They make all their money off of the fries and the soft drinks, right? That's where their margins are. That's why they offer the burger at such ridiculously low price. You know, you can buy it for $7, $8, but then the meal is $15. Because the other $7 or $8 that you're spending is on the fries and the soft drink, right? So the same kind of thing is or you know, we've got the other analogy with the gold mine, right? The gold rushes. People who made money in the gold rushes, they weren't the people who were prospecting. No, the majority of the money was made by the people selling the tools for the gold rush. Well, this is an AI rush, and these guys are selling the tools for the AI rush. They're not selling the AI, they're not selling the burger. They're getting into the potatoes of the meat, so to speak. They're getting into the fries and the soft drink that provides that growth for them. They're providing the gold rush and the tools. That's a better analogy than the fries and the soft drink, but you get my point. These guys are positioned very, very well. That's why I picked them. I picked them because they weren't just going along for the AI ride. They were making sure that they were providing the infrastructure for this gold mine instead of just trying to get rich off of the gold mine. 0 by 0, private AI project, doing very well over the last little while. Monday last week, yeah, it was down here 8 cents. Closed on that Monday at 8.9 cents and is up now 97%, 98%. Oh, no, it's 100 today. Look at that. Doubled your money in the last week if you came in at that point. Myself, I didn't come in at that point. I didn't come down here on Monday. I've got 2 positions. My first one is here from the middle of June, way over there. Way over there. June 15th is when I made the first one, and I've been experiencing drawdown ever since. And then I added to my position here. This is a perfect example of dollar cost averaging. I added to my position significantly here. In fact, I doubled it. So whatever I bought over there, I actually bought double the volume here. And as a result, this is how this works, folks. The price went down by 49%, so 50% off. So when I put this in here, doubling my position, I spent the same as I did the first time. So I spent X here. Well, I spent X again here, but I doubled the size of the position. So now I got 3 units. For if I would have spent it here, I would have spent triple. But I actually got double in spending half. That's dollar cost average. Magical. Magical. So now we're coming up to challenge that level where I actually purchased back in June. But this one here, because it was twice the size, has already made tons of money. In fact, currently, right now, that second position that I took on September 7th is up 62%. With the other one down, even though I'm technically in drawdown since June, This trade here has made it where my potential for profit taking me up to the all-time high is absolutely stupendous. In fact, between the two of them, the first one being 217% and the second one being 536%, between the two of them, I'm actually going to be experiencing a 289% increase just coming back to this location. So I'm excited. It's good news. Good news. ARK. ARK is another one of those ones that I got excited about over here when we had this breakout. I was like, oh, we're going to the moon. So I bought there. Well, I've been drawn down ever since. And yeah, it's just the way it is. But here, right there, that's October 12th, I added to the position again. So dollar cost average. Price came down. I was like, well, dips are for buying. Remember the rule, the trade rule. If it goes down in price, it means it's time to buy. That's exactly what I did. And since that time, that trade has gone up. In fact, I'm right now sitting at 23% increase from that trade there. And down a little bit still from my early September or my September purchase, down 13% between the two of them. I'm in profit, and I've got great prospect going up 600% from where we are, not right now, no. Well, 589% from this second purchase. So I have to do some more math to figure out exactly how much I will get from that one, but doing fine, doing fine. Link, I don't have assets in this one. But I am analyzing this chart because it is another great AI project that's, it's good to see. It's good to see and get a feel for the market, get a pulse on the market, so to speak. Some nice push up here in the last week, but it has retraced today quite a bit, down 7.76% at the moment. I'm looking forward to this price action getting up above this corner of the M. See this M here? Once the price action gets above this point here, that's where we can expect to see a little bit more free and clear movement up to that all-time high at 30 cents. 29.9, I think it is. Let's look. 29 even is the all-time high. So yeah, once we're past that point, then it'll be definitely smooth sailing. I would love to see this get beaten first. Once that gets beaten, probably find some support off of that line, and that'll take us up to the all-time high. And I believe this will happen within the next few weeks. So if you are interested in getting some short-term gains, this one here will probably give you an 85% return if you were to get it today. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about Link. DE.AI, another AI project that's newer on the scene, doesn't have so much of a pump and dump personality to it. This one here has a all-time high just short of 77 cents. And right now is retraced back into this pivot zone, this long-term, let's say long-term. It's been a good area of focus for people to grab positions going upwards. This is supposed to be $1 by the end of, by Christmas actually, it's supposed to be $1. So at 59 cents right now, that would actually be a fairly conservative rise of 70%. But again, that's just getting started. This is a big AI project. All right, now this is the new one that I've recently added to my bags. This is an AI-driven gaming platform, and they're providing infrastructure for video gaming and generative gaming, they call it, where AI actually generates the environment for the avatar on the fly, instead of having to have programmers spend the vast majority of their budget on programming their environments in the game. Now AI can do it for them. And so this particular coin is one of the leaders in this realm. There are a few, but this one here is one of the leaders, and sitting at right now 27 cents US, slated to be $1 by the end of this year, and likely $3 or $4 by the end of this super cycle. So that will be possibly a 10x off of that one. FAR, this one is another gaming coin on the Polygon network. This one here is hanging out basically right where I purchased. Yep, so I purchased on October 8th and the price is basically there right now. Had some back and forth over the last little while. This is just normal movement that we see before a big takeoff. I think that gaming coins are probably going to be a little bit more delayed from the AI coins. AI coins are going to be leading this next rush. And then after Christmas, we'll start to see the AIs getting implemented within the gaming world. And then the gaming coins will start taking off. So there is that there's that nice thing that's happening where it's like, we can take the growth that we get from AI and actually dump it into gaming and experience this bubble in kind of two phases. People will likely, because if you take money and you say you multiply it by a factor of 5, okay, that's incredible. But then if you do it again, that's a factor of 25. And that's the kind of thing that's going to be happening. Remember I said there was going to be kind of a lull at one point? That's where I'm taking my money out. I'm before the lull. As the money's going up, in fact, if I were to draw it out here, as the money's going up, there will be a time where there will be a lull. While I'm going to be selling at those high points, while it comes back down, the money's going to be diverting into, or rather the AI technologies are going to be diverting into the gaming world, and it's the gaming world that will take this bubble the rest of the way. And so you can get the 5x off of one asset, right? Sell it, and then bring it back into a gaming asset later on. Take an AI asset, make tons of money off of it, and then slide that into a gaming asset and 5x it again. So now you're 25xing your money. Folks, there are people who are right now taking $500 and saying, I know I'm going to miss rent next month because of this $500, but they're going to end up with that $500 pay next year's rent. That's the level of growth that we're going to be seeing here over the next 2-3 months. And I'm excited. We get to watch it every day. Next, Gala, another video gaming coin. This one here has shown some strength over the last little while. Again, this is just in preparation of where we're headed. This one here is sitting at 2.7 cents today. I got it here at 2.2 cents, and so things are moving up very nicely, up 22% in the last week. This one here is projected to be $1 as well. Its all-time high is actually $1. No, not quite. The all-time high is 86 cents. I think I've got this set for $1. Oh, no, not quite. Let's get it set for $1. Okay, so this asset here where I purchased, when it reaches $1 at the end of this super cycle, that's going to be a 44x return. 44x. We're talking about 5x here, 5 and 5. Imagine if I'm taking a 5x off of an AI coin and then I sink it into this gaming coin and I get another 30x. What's that? That's right, 150x. Are people starting to now see this is a renaissance? Like, it's life-changing. It's life-changing for people. It's amazing. So exciting to be a part of, and so glad that my predictions are coming true. You know, we went through 4 years of predictions coming true and getting depressed about it, but now we actually get some payback. Thank you. Now my predictions are coming true and they're good. So IMX, another gaming coin, providing some infrastructure there. This one here, I don't have anything in it, but I want to watch it because I think it's going to be one of the, it very well may be one of the anchor points for this next 3-4 months. Looks like right now it's actually found some support off of this old line here. There's that point there, that point there. You know, you can even see there are some squiggly lines being made in this area here. Let's just zoom in a little bit so you can see some squiggly lines made up in this area, right? Well, that's exactly where we are right now. So looks like if I had to guess, this is likely going to become our support, and we'll start to see movements beat out this high here and start bringing ourselves back up to, you know, $3.80 and beyond. The all-time high here was $4.67. So from a 1.2, 1.3 up to there, yeah, we're looking at a nice 228% growth off of that one. Sundog. These are the meme coins. The last three ones here are meme coins. Sundog is, well, it's, again, idiot that I was, bought way up here. And I've been waiting ever since to come back. You know, it does what it does. It's the meme coin anyways. But we can see that it's regaining some strength here. This is really just because of the renewed faith in cryptos over the last week. And this will continue. This will continue as we move up. Sundog is, let's say it has the capacity, certainly has the market cap to support 100 cents, a $1 price point. So we'll see where it goes. Bonk is actually very much outperforming Sundog. This meme here had this huge pennant that got formed over a long period of time, and over the last week has just been screaming its way out. You can see here, even on Monday last week, it closed at 4 zeros and a 1 7. And then since that time, it's gone up 68%. Likely to find support here and move up towards that all-time high. And whether that support is found off of the top side of the pennant, or if that support's maybe just right here, I don't know. Right now the price is there. That's the today's price right there. And oh, I clicked too many times. So might see a retracement coming back to this level right here. That is 4 zeros and a 2 6. So that could be where we find support, headed back up to the all-time high. I'm not looking to trade these meme coins. You know, I bought down here, right there, so I'm just up a little bit right now. And my target, I don't know what's going on here. This thing is so huge. I don't know why it's like that, but here, let's bring it up. So, oh yeah, I have this set at 10 cents because, again, it's fun to speculate. If it goes to 10 cents, that'll be a 44,000% increase. NPC formed a new high today. It was kind of stagnant there, hanging out inside this pivot zone while the NPC meme coin has taken off, formed a new high. It looks like we're going to be, free and clear to continue its way up to its 10-cent target. Right now sitting at 3.8 cents. That would definitely double your money and then some. Yeah, it's a meme coin. There you have it. 8.25 went a little bit longer than I wanted, but hey, let's open up the call. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or assets you want me to check out, definitely feel free to comment. I get them directly inside the chat board here. So whether you're tuning in from YouTube or X, I'll see it. And if you'd like to come into the private session here where you can actually chat with me, just let me know. These calls are not, I'm not charging for them. You can join them in the studio, because after we're done analysis, I go ahead and click end stream and we continue chatting for a while. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7:15.